The music's coming. I was just looking at pads and apps and music. It's coming. Imagine a nice catchy jingle right about now.
Just
Blah, blah,
imagine.
blah, 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 blah. Unpack some shit. Blah, 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 blah. Unpack some shit.
Our name's going to be in it with Tom and Melinda.
Yeah, Melinda and Tom.
Or Melinda and Tom.
Boom.
Ooh.
Thanks for joining us. My name is Tom Wise.
And I'm Melinda McKinsey. Thank you for unpacking some shit with us today.
Boom. We're good old buddies. I'm in Tarpon Springs. It's gorgeous today, 72 and sunny. You could not ask for a better day. And you are?
I'm in Brooklyn, New York, and it is 35 and rain.
Oh.
Ask for a worse day. Actually, you could ask for a worse day, so I'll take it. 35 and rain.
We're healthy. We've got, the weather's good. We're making a few dollars. All
right.
good.
It's all good. And so Tom and I have a relationship of a friendship, and we have, I say, great conversations. He says I can't judge it, but I am. And
I love it. No, I agree. I agree with you, but it's always, it's always, you know what? I wanted this to be a topic.
Yes.
I was looking up Under Pressure because I posted a new version of Under Pressure with Willie Nelson and a wonderful female. I forget her name, but she had a great voice. And they do a half beat, half the speed of the original Under Pressure with, Queen and David Bowie.
Great song. Yeah.
So I looked under Pressure, Queen and David Bowie. Yeah. 37 million downloads, 1.87 million thumbs up, 37,000 thumbs down.
What?
How does that get a thumbs down? What were you expecting?
People, you know what, people? I don't know. Excuse me, I'm going to let the little dog out.
Please do. Is it in a cage?
Well, no, I'm in my guest room. And so I've tried to set up this situation where the dog is I've got a 15-year-old one-eyed Chihuahua who's,
I love this joke. Go ahead.
And so
walks into a bar.
I've been training her to kind of lay down when I do the show, but she's not been feeling well. So she stood at the door. And normally if she asks for something, I should give it to her because I think she might have to, go do her doggy business. So forgive me for doing that. But you know what? My whole life is the Chihuahua right now because she's not feeling well. And you know how it is when you have a pet that's sick? Your whole life is that pet right now. So.
But what about that thumbs down on Under Pressure?
That's ridiculous and unacceptable. Come on.
I had a whole other topic about that. There's no one's going to get 5 stars anymore. Everybody wants to be that outsider. Oh no.
That is true.
You know what? Here's the epitaph I want on my grave. Right?
Okay, ready.
It's easier to break a glass than to make a glass.
Oh damn! So
right?
People look by and read that and go, "I wish I knew that guy."
Yeah, look at him. Because it's hard to make things. It's hard to be creative. It's hard to make content. It's hard to do things. It's easy to say, that sucks, too fat, bad nose, whatever.
Oh, true.
Go F yourself.
It's so true. Everybody can go
you
fuck
make something
right now. All my friends and I are saying the same thing. Everybody can fuck themselves. My sister and I would go to art shows and we did the same thing. We'd say, oh, I could make that. And then we'd laugh about it because we don't make it. They're making it.
Right.
Give them your money. Quit saying you can make it. Quit it.
Even a crappy movie should be applauded for effort. You got some money. You got the gang. You got a camera. You shot something. You had an idea.
Some work.
It doesn't mean it's going to win an Oscar or an Emmy, but there needs to be applaud for effort. You write a book. You write a poem.
You're
if
right.
You're moving the ball up. Everybody can go to Walmart. Can I help you? Aisle 17. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's doing something creative, putting something out there to be criticized.
Selfish with their fucking stars.
But then think about this. This should give everyone pause. Anyone who's ever created anything, right?
Okay.
David Bowie got 37 thumbs down on Under Pressure. That means criticism means nothing in some cases.
It's well, we've talked about those keyboard warriors. Isn't it so easy to be brave sitting at home and saying no to stuff, So I would encourage the world and even my enemies to spend a little bit more time.
Do you want to name some names?
Oh, I have so many, Tom. Do I have so many?
Keyboard cowboys is what I like to call them.
Oh, that's even better. Keyboard cowboys. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. Everybody just needs to suck it up and be nice. What are your topics?
Are you ready?
I am.
Follow up on the check.
Yes.
Well, I went crazy on that save your name thing. I was angry.
Yeah, that's okay though. Get it out.
Old movies.
Oh,
Um, oh gosh, I think I just did this and create content, build,
what's
move
that?
forward. Airbnb. I had a wrap up of my Airbnb
Oh,
experience,
yes, I want to hear. Yeah, yeah.
and ooh, I have a little Tinder take. I'm waiting for my brother to come on, and we have a conversation about the type of women that we like swiping and don't like swiping.
Oh, I want to hear
Yeah,
this.
that's why I figured I wanted to bring him in for that. I said, Pat, come on in. It's my
Oh,
brother Patrick. He's 6 years younger, and he's occasionally part of the show, usually
yeah,
doing Two Truths and a Lie. But he
yeah.
is, he's so busy. Blah blah blah. I said, you don't have to do anything. Just come on in. We want your opinion on this.
Patrick is a prepper though. Patrick likes to be ready. So that's why I love throwing things at him because honestly, anytime I throw anything that he's not prepared, he sits in stunned silence because he has to literally take it in. Where if I throw zingers at you, you zing right back, right?
Beam beam. It's a tennis match. And then here we go. This is the one I wanted to bring Pat in. Trump versus Biden. Relax. It's going to be fun.
I am not worried. I'm up for healthy debates any day or
Not even
any
a debate.
time.
Go ahead. So what are your topics?
Okay, my topics, I kept it clean because I knew Pat was coming on. I only have 3 for you today. I have 4 because my first one is still Cuomo.
Is it 3 or 4?
I need to talk about my love match with Cuomo, social media stalking, and I'm talking about me stalking someone else. So
Go on. That's
okay.
Fine. No judgment here.
We've all stalked people, and I'm just going to own up to some shit that I did. Wearing pants. I will, by God, speak about wearing pants. I've mentioned this 4 or 5 times. And security camera help.
Ooh, I like that. So do you think I'm wearing pants now?
I think you're wearing shorts. It's 72. I think you're shorts. You're wearing jeans? Don't even tell me that you're cold because it's 72. Why are you you look just like the models at HSN. That's how they stand. Tom is like leaning in. He did the hip thing, and now he's shuffling his feet around just like the little models do.
And it's blocking my private parts.
And HSN. A quick, I've mentioned Universal Yums, but I'm super excited today. And
if you're getting kickback money on something and not sharing it with me.
I love Universal Yums, and today is in Italy. I got all this food from Italy, and I'm super excited about it. Universal Yums is a company that sends you snacks and treats from around the world.
I love it.
Last month we got Russia, and it wasn't that good. And then
they don't have sugar in Russia.
Well, here's the problem.
It's all gray and lumpy.
They sent a thing apologizing because Russia lied about some of the ingredients. Fucking Russia.
We prefer. We're not giving you a credit or any money back. We're just apologizing.
I mean, Universal Yums was very like, hey, because they take.
Did they offer you? Did they offer you credit?
No. Ultimately, it's Russia's fault, and it just makes me. Oh, I think our young man is here. So anyway, I might be eating during the show because I found like these little treats that I'm so excited about.
Did you? Now I know you've got it for an Italian man. Speaking of Italian man,
look at Patrick cleaned his face up. And
I know.
He got a haircut. Did you get a haircut too? You look like you just got out of the military.
Look at his arms.
I felt. It was just my nails were getting long. My oil was dirty. And
show your arms. Show it off for the ladies.
Did you shave your arms?
Arms are not the furry
Patrick
that I'm used to having.
Egyptian cats.
There's a reason. Men don't groom for no reason. Who are you sleeping with?
Everybody wants to know.
Everybody wants to know. Men don't groom for no reason. Patrick?
Well, pre-groom. Sometimes you just do a preparation.
He's pre-grooming. He's trying to get in the right headspace to go out there and hunt and gather.
You know what? I'll give it to Patrick. Patrick would pre-groom. Most guys, a pre-groom is 5 minutes before you go out the door.
You'll hand it to Patrick.
Yeah. So Patrick would plan ahead for the pre-groom. So would we be dating next month, perhaps? Is that what this is?
I'm still isolating very seriously. I'm even thinking about isolating for myself, like having an out-of-body experience.
Yes, I think you
should. And then just staying there. So
I think you should. Ayahuasca. Have you tried that?
Ayahuasca?
Yeah.
Ayahuasca.
I've heard that, but I don't know what that is.
I'm sorry. Tom's correcting me again.
Ayahuasca.
Just mansplain it a little bit, would you, Tommy?
It's not ayahuasca.
what if, to me, it is
Is it your
ayahuasca?
truth? The
It's,
alphabet now has become your truth.
what if it's my truth? What if correcting me is a trigger? What have you done?
It's tough shitski, as they say in Poland. Tough shitski on you.
Tom
You know
Cruise
what?
is
Can I-
what the show. He's like, you don't feel terrible. It's an adverb. You feel terribly.
I
Like,
corrected her in the middle of her breakdown.
I hope you don't do this on dates. I really hope you don't do this on dates.
Hey, that reminded me of one of my favorite jokes about the blind prostitute. You had to hand it to her.
Bump as the crowd roars. The crowd is roaring.
Volume cut out at the punchline, so I didn't react. I didn't hear that.
Well, when she said you got handed to Pat for grooming, I said that reminded me of that joke about the blind prostitute. You had to hand it to her.
I can't hear you because I'm eating my orange cake from Italy.
You know, have you landed an Italian man yet? And does Cuomo know that you're looking elsewhere for satisfaction?
There's also a Giuliani out there, I understand.
Oh, God. That's a disaster.
Well, you're talking about Italians.
Just threw up in my mouth. Thanks, Patrick. Thank you, Patrick.
She's trying to go to the homeland for the real thing. Hey, did you ever see the movie Breaking Away, Melinda McKinsey?
Who's in it?
Well, it's an old movie, but it's this about this boy's love of Italy and everything Italian.
Should I watch it?
Oh, it's a great movie.
Well,
It's
Randy
classic.
Quaid is in it. One guy you would know is Randy Quaid.
Really?
Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, it was Dennis.
I
The
hate to correct
handsome,
everybody. I correct on the fly.
the handsome Quaid, whichever one that was.
Tom is quite. You should be a school teacher or a guidance.
Stop that right now. Yeah, you. Stop correcting me. Stop telling me what's going on.
You do it in such a gentle, kind way that it's easy to take.
Yeah, no, that's a great movie. I love it. It's a great movie.
Okay, I will look it up. Yes, I would like an authentic Italian man from the country, not for a boyfriend, just for a part-time lover. But if Cuomo steps up and offers me his Cuomo-ness,
Hey, can we I'll hashtag Cuomo on this podcast.
hashtag Cuomo. And here's the thing, like, you know, I think you can both see me as the first lady of New York. Can
Of
you not?
course.
He'd be Cuomoing all
Unanimous.
over.
He would Cuomo everywhere.
Easy, easy is all I'm saying.
Oh no! From what I've seen, there's been a lot of racy material on this show lately.
It was vaginal adjustments, okay, and we did it in a professional manner.
It's a pelvic floor physical
Thank you.
therapist.
Drives you insane. Yeah.
Well, it sounds tasteful.
All right, let's get on with the movie. Let's get on with the business at hand.
Okay.
I'll just do my first one. Kind of like, let's follow up on a couple of things that I brought up for the other ones, if you don't mind me taking charge like this.
I'll correct you if you do anything wrong. Go
Thank
ahead.
you. Please do. I got a check. Patrick, did I tell you about, I told you about that check for 13 grand?
Yeah, I encouraged you to return it.
Cash it. You said you told me to cash it.
I bet Patrick started sweating the minute you told him about it. It is wrong. It is inappropriate. Return it in.
Cash it. I got 5 hookers in a van outside.
What happened?
I was like the guy who was caught embezzling money. He was caught embezzling $2.5 million from the bank, and he's being investigated by the feds, and they want to know what happened to the money.
Yes.
He said, well, mostly hookers and blow. The rest I would just wasted.
You know, if I was a man, I would be laughing so hard right now. If I was a man. Us chicks, we love those hooker jokes. Please keep them coming. Hilarious.
Anyway, I called Lazy Days.
Yes.
It's one of those deals where they want to put you on hold, and I said, hey, if you guys don't want to answer this phone call, that's on you. But in about 7 minutes, I was talking to a live person.
Okay.
And it's funny. You could hear her head spin on her shoulders when I was describing what's happening. You want to do what?
How did you describe it? Did you come right out and say, this is not my check? I did not give you inventory?
I said I received a check, and it wasn't for any invoices that I sent.
Okay.
What?
I said I received a check, but it wasn't for any invoices I sent. I said I don't believe I've sent any invoices for 4 or 5 years.
Right.
Okay.
I used to be a vendor. I'm a vendor there with Lazy Days and Camping World, and she's like, I said I've got my clearly my product, my company name. And then I've got the customer number that I am, and I've got the invoice number, the check number. So I've got all the numbers. I'm just right in front of me. Just tell me what you like. And I think she looked up my company name, and
Okay.
then she goes, "Are you Wise Consulting?" I said, "Close, but I'm not."
That's me.
And I said, by the way, my brother is Wise Consulting. I go, it'd be kind of an odd chance that he would be working with you, as you might have, because Lazy Days is big RVs and Camping World. So they might, I would imagine, have an application where they needed some groundwater tested, or flow, or they wanted to build something. So
Possible.
it's a way outside possibility that it was for Patrick. That would have been crazy.
That would have been
Tell everybody what Patrick does so they understand.
Go ahead, Pat. Toot your own horn.
What do you do? I don't even know.
Nobody knows.
no one really knows.
What do
He's
you do?
knitting his fingers together.
I imagine you with a work hat and a vest going out and chipping rocks with a little chisel and looking at them.
That's
and
called San Quentin.
You're a geologist?
I'm a geologist. I really focus on the water in the area, groundwater.
Hydrogeologist.
Hydrogeologist is more
Thank you.
appropriate. So I'm not out there like Harrison Ford.
Oh,
No idols. There's no rolling.
imagined that. That's what I imagined.
One of the few guys that actually went to school for something and came out and actually did it.
We did it.
Well, because Patrick is a planner. He probably wants to do something else, but he already went to school for this, so he has to do it.
So anyway, after she got over the shock, and so we discovered that it wasn't my brother, she said, "Does he have a shop in Missouri?" I go, "No, that's not him." But it was an interesting possibility. And anyway, she asked that I return the check. I said, "Of course." So I mailed it this morning.
Can't you just tear it up?
They'd like to see it, or they got to cancel it and everything else. That's fine. I'm fine with that. So I've dropped my business card in there just in case they want to buy carry carts.
Okay.
Why not?
Well, what if I was working for them? I would definitely buy some product from you as a goodwill gesture.
You should have just sent them. What's a carry cart go for? $150. What's 13,000 divided by 150? Just send them that many carry carts.
Oh, see?
I thought you had me sending them samples for free. It wasn't enough that I returned the check.
They should buy some carry carts, though.
Whatever, I don't care. You know what? I think it's all good karma. At the end of the day, I always think about the person who steals like someone's leather jacket or steals somebody's watch. I said, how can you own that item and have any joy from it, or have any joy from the money you created by selling it on the black market? I said, really? Your soul is dead if you do that. I go, ugh, it's very depressing. So no, I could never, certainly. I enjoy the idea. She says, "Do you want to return that check?" I said, "No, but I will return the check. I'd rather deposit it and go nuts for a weekend. But I'm not going to do that." So, but I guess I could enjoy it for a little bit. But long after the money was spent, you'd regret the whole thing, right?
You absolutely would. Yeah, you absolutely would. Good for you. And I'm glad that it turned out well. Let's see if there's another chapter to this story, and if down the road there is a goodwill connection. That would be nice.
And then, did I tell you my story about the Airbnb in Chicago?
Yes, that he didn't give you the proper code and you weren't able to get in your room and you had to sleep on the couch all night during a pandemic.
Yeah, wearing my clothes because it was so cold in there.
What happened?
So the long story short is they're arguing. I ended up having to give the same spiel to 3 different people. Send the copy of my text. Send the copy. I said, fellas, ladies.
You have to prove it?
I said, here's the part in the email that he sent me in the text that he sent me at 5:58 in the morning, apologizing for giving me a code that didn't work. What's the problem here?
Did you get a full refund?
No, I did not. Airbnb, well, I didn't ask for a full refund. I asked for $55 is what I asked for. Which, I mean, the night stay was 40 something plus cleaning fees plus tax.
What about the emotional duress?
Whatever. I'm not gonna. Let's get on with our lives. Let's pick our spots. But I did not want that guy not to pay, because if he would have come back to me and said, "Here's the code," I couldn't be any sorrier. That must have been shitty to sleep on the couch.
Yes.
Allow me to refund you immediately.
Yes.
$38, $42, $55.
Yes.
I probably would have said, you know what? Forget about it. You didn't do it on purpose. clearly I'm not happy, you to respond to my text at 4 o'clock at midnight, as I told you earlier that I'm not getting into midnight.
Yeah.
But, because people make mistakes, then let's just move on. Oh no, he was like, oh no, you got to go to arbitration and 14 days. I go, really?
So, did you write a review yet?
I did anyway. Airbnb said, we're giving you $35 back. I go, well, I don't know where your math is, but 170 something divided by 3 isn't 35.
$35. I have just lost a lot of respect for Airbnb.
Well, here's the deal. Airbnb wanted me to get his money back, but not their money back. I did the math in my head. They charged him $35 because they're going to give me the $35 back.
Shame on you, Airbnb. Shame on you.
And I said, please try the math again. And then they said, okay, we'll kick in to get it to 50. I go, fine, let's call it a day. My life is too short.
Big business is bad for us because of shit like that. If it was a local guy, he would have to own it up. It would have already been over.
Well, plus this guy's got 7 rooms that he does with Airbnb on a daily basis. So at the end of the day, they're leaning towards him. I had to come up with everything. I had to send this, and then he gets to look at all the information I provide, and he go, oh no, that never happened. And all right, well, if he said it never happened.
I mean, the lifeblood of these places are the reviews. So you're going to give them a crap review.
Yeah.
And of course, the review can be sat on by Airbnb. They wanted me to give all this detail about what happened, what the experience was. But that's not going to, they didn't tell me this isn't the review. And I was really fair.
Yeah, but you go on his site under his name and you give a review.
And then at the end, after I did all of that, well, that just goes to Airbnb so they can discuss these things individually with him. My review essentially was, hey, he did a crappy job of getting me the code. And then I hit send and I go, oh my gosh, that's it. That's all the review they wanted me to say. Because anyway.
Well, I mean, I've had great experiences with Airbnb, but there's places I've not stayed at because it's had bad reviews about communication. I'm like, then I'm not gonna do that. There's too many other people out there.
I mean, I had pictures of the sink looking like hell, and somebody made a mess of the whatever. There was poop.
So sorry.
Ugh. But whatever. I mean, I got that place because it was literally 10 minutes walking away from the girls. So I didn't care if I slept in a box. And literally that's ended up what I was.
Right. In the future, when this pandemic is over, it'd be a fun job for the 3 of us.
Yes. What a go on.
We should travel for Airbnb and give reviews on their housing. Wouldn't that be nice? Just like, you know what? Let's go to Italy, and for a month we'll go to different locations in Italy.
Find your man.
And we'll just talk about, because we are very creative people. We're all very different.
Yes. Male,
female. I've already decided. I'm going to push for it. I hope you guys will join me. We're doing that our next job.
I'm a yes man. You know that.
Next job.
We'll be your wingman to find you Giordano or whatever his name might be.
That would be really nice. And it's not a forever thing. It's just a little temporary.
It's a hi, how are you?
It's just an Italian thing.
It's a bang and go. It's a slow and go.
So yeah.
Sounds like fun.
Very good. I want to hear, apparently Patrick and Tom need to talk about some Tinder action.
Oh, would you like to? All right. So Pat and I were talking yesterday. He made an unbelievable dinner last night. I kind of suffer a little bit through some of the some vegetarian meals. I don't miss, but I mean, I'm just being honest. Oh, that's an interesting leak out of my brain, especially what the topic's going to be.
Well, Patrick is a vegetarian, so everybody needs to know that Patrick's vegetarian.
But last night was crazy. Hot. It was peppers and onions and pineapple over rice with something. It was like, wow, this is amazing, with the sesame thing and breaded mushrooms. Wow, number one
rated meal.
I mean, that's a $35 meal at a regular restaurant, not at a high-end restaurant. There, I've said it.
It's good for you.
That's high marks.
I fixed comfort food yesterday. It was cold and rainy, so I fixed tomato soup with those little baby crackers and a cheese sandwich. There's nothing better than tomato soup and a cheese sandwich. It's not fancy like pineapple over rice, but it's comforting.
Yes.
Very nice.
I want to hear about Tinder, though.
All right. So I'm working on material about, dating and whatnot. And I said the women I avoid, like the boy that I swiped left immediately is the women that tell it like it is. And, well, yeah, tell it like it is. All right. I said, if the woman says, I'm telling it like it is, I'm done. I'm swiping left. I'm not interested in that. Pat was like, oh, that's not a bad thing.
Pat likes bossy women.
Well, let's hang on and let's give me the other one. And the one that I liked that Pat did not like is make me laugh.
Patrick, why don't you like that?
I'm not going to be anyone's dancing monkey except for you two. Except for you two.
You know what?
I'm not going to promise that up front. That's for sure.
I get that. I've been a dancing monkey my whole life.
You got a monkey right over your shoulder.
I shaved my arms.
See, but it's also how the attitude of make me laugh. Do you read that as I need to laugh, I want to be with a joyful person, or as make me laugh?
I think the make me part adds a little bit of pressure to it. Make me is, I would never say that. That seems very bossy, honestly. It seems pushy and bossy.
What about tell it like it is?
I wouldn't say that because it sounds like you're you're fighting with somebody and you haven't even met.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. That's what I hear.
Right. What about you on tell it like it is, Pat?
I'll tell it like it is. I didn't remember saying I like that. We were drinking a little bit. I might have just maybe you want to stop, criticizing me for a moment. It's possible. I mean, that doesn't strike me as something that's,
tell it like it is, or something else.
She tells it like it is?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
I'm
not a
neutral
turn off.
on that. Not turn up. I'm neutral.
What's a turn off, Patrick? When you're looking on the dating sites, what does a woman say that you automatically are like an absolute no?
Well, not on the dating sites. So clear.
Let's be very clear that Patrick is not on the dating sites. He's a vegetarian and he's recently shaved his arms.
What a catch!
I'm excited, and I'm a man.
Patrick, you already.
Just the general thing is, what you need to do to catch me, right? You want to lay that out there. See ya.
Yeah.
Figure that out, because men are usually, here's what I am into, and they talk about kind of like, I like to fish, I like whatever it is that they like. I'm a vegan, I like to cook.
Right.
And women do that too. But if a woman were to say, you need to be able to put up with this, that, and the other, like, okay, good luck with that. So.
Yeah. It's hard though, because you hear it one way, but maybe they don't mean it like that. You know what I mean? I will say, as a woman that has been on dating sites, it's very overwhelming the amount of men that also are very bossy and say, I don't want to be a pen pal. Don't you spend all your time texting me. I'm like, I haven't even fucking met you yet, and I hate you.
There's a lot of people out there.
What do you mean? Like, I need 5 minutes to chat with you to see if I want to meet you in person. I'm not going to automatically meet everybody in person because you want a fucking pen pal.
No, I'm glad you finished that sentence.
Yeah, with the word pen pal.
Now, what about a Zoom meeting as a first date?
You know what? I would do that. In the past, I would have said no, but honestly, I think I would, just so you can get the vibe of the person, because especially during a pandemic, do you want to spend all that energy during a pandemic meeting someone and then it's like, well, hell.
There's no chemistry there, yeah.
I always think that after the fact. I said, I wish this was a Zoom meeting.
Are more people doing Zoom meetups?
Well, Tommy, you discouraged the Zoom meeting idea. However,
I did. I mean, I'm a, I think I've got a bubbly personality. And even I would struggle a little bit on a Zoom meeting, I think. Maybe not. Who knows?
I don't think you would, Tom. I mean, I think most people would, because most people aren't used to being in front of a camera.
I think it would just be awkward for them and awkward for me. But, I've done it. I have had a Bumble Zoom meeting.
Huh.
And didn't go well.
Well, of course, we had just video sex, but that's fine. And
yeah.
we went on with something else.
Fine.
She had
No
something
one's recording anything.
She had something on the stove.
Oh.
It's getting hot in here.
There was no video sex.
What a lovely day, by the way. How about that weather?
Did I tell you as I leaving the house, Patrick?
You were.
Did I tell you?
I didn't believe it.
I left the house yesterday at 11 o'clock. It was almost 80 degrees and muggy. I
Yeah.
said, tomorrow morning, I said, leave the door open, leave the windows open. Tomorrow morning, it's be 68 when you get up.
I didn't listen though. I didn't open the window.
I opened my windows. It was quite delightful. The balcony is open with a screen in it. You can't beat it.
Patrick, why didn't you leave the windows open? I hear you have a large cement wall all the way around your home. You're very safe.
Oh, it's not the safety. I just forgot.
He didn't think it was going
And
to
I didn't really believe it was going to be.
Oh.
Really nice.
There's old Tommy ramming and flapping his guns again.
What
I'll
other
tell you what
nonsense?
to do.
Thinks everything's going to be a foul ball.
He was telling me like it is the problem.
Yeah, which, you know what? We all have that person. I've spent the last several days talking to family members. There's a lot of emotions going on now with the way the world is. And I caught myself talking to my sister, telling her kind of, well, here's what I would do, right? I caught myself doing that. So I stopped myself and I said, listen, I'm not you. I can only tell you what I think. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I could be very wrong about this. I'm telling you that I'm coming from a place of love. So if it seems like I'm being harsh, it's coming from a place of love. But you got to do you, because I know my person. I'm very strong. I'm very like, get out there. Why aren't you? You know, who am I to tell someone else how to do anything, right? So I had to catch myself and go, look, please understand, because she would never do that to me. Even if she felt very strongly about something, she would never come across that way, right? She would say it in a very slow measure, kind of like Patrick does. Where it's like, well, you know.
Patrick.
Patrick.
COVID.
All right. Oh, by the way, I owe Pat, how much do I owe you? $40?
It was unbelievable.
It was insane.
For what?
I started betting. We were watching the baseball game, the last game of the World Series.
Yes.
And I have always this feeling when a guy's got 2 strikes, especially if he's got 2 strikes and 3 balls, you know, when the count is full. Are you familiar with full count, 3 and 2? I know. Melinda talks baseball.
Crickets over there in New York.
Anyway, inevitably, the guy will foul the next pitch off.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Anyway,
Foul the next pitch off.
I got into a betting
Cricket,
thing,
sure.
and I ended up owing Pat $40.
It
Woo!
went fast.
I need to start betting. You know, Tom turned me on to this gambling site, and I don't know how to do it yet. So I've got $100 just sitting there, and I need to do something with it and bet some money.
I'm not going to get my $200 bonus till you start betting.
Okay, I'll do it today. I'll
text you some bets when
Tom, I have to tell you very quickly.
You don't have to raise your hand, dear. You can just say something. Go ahead.
I did the thing you told me to do, which was the very next day after you told me to say someone's name after you're working. I did it. I'm so proud of myself. Patrick, Tom corrected me and let me know that when I'm doing my work, he corrected me. When I'm doing my work and they say goodbye or thank you, I just say, oh, it's my pleasure. And Tom said I should always say their name. Why am I not saying their name? And then we went to this whole sex thing about saying my name and don't call me baby. But the whole point is I said Sarah's name and I was very proud of myself. We did the segment and I said, thank you, Sarah. And I was like, Tom is going to be so fucking proud of me.
Well done. Sarah, you just went up in Sarah's book.
Did I though?
Five times. Yes, you did.
All right.
Now, you know what?
The woman who cut my hair, I made a point of saying her name, which I'd forgotten at this point. But I'm like, thanks very much, Tracy, or who it was.
No, you know what? And you're not even doing anything. You know what? You're doing good in the world when you do that, because it's like complimenting somebody like, oh, is that a new jacket? Have you lost a few pounds? I mean, you're doing the same thing when you say somebody's name at the end of the conversation.
There should be more name plates in my view. Example. So I get my teeth cleaned every 6 months, like you're supposed to, right? And the hygienist, she's a terrific woman. And we always have a nice conversation, but I always not quite sure what her name is.
And she knows your name because you're on the list.
I'm on the list. It's easy for her. And it's like, I want to say her name, but I don't want to mess it up. So there should be a name there.
I proposed that 20 years ago, and that's why at brunch, how do we run the brunch?
Everyone gets a name tag. And you have to say one silly fact about yourself.
Interesting fact, hopefully. Your choice.
And do you change it every time you have a brunch? Do you always say something different about yourself, Tom? Okay. I didn't know. I don't remember doing that. I've been to the brunches, but I don't remember doing that.
It's usually master of disguise.
Hey, since I don't know if Halloween is canceled in Florida, but it's canceled here in New York. as an adult, I know Tom and I have gone to Halloween parties before and dressed up. Is Halloween canceled in Florida or?
Not legally, no.
I don't know if I should buy some candy for kids. I don't know if I need to be prepared for people coming to the door.
I bought 2. Nobody comes to the door here.
No one's going to come to the door? Oh, where you are.
Yeah.
Not where I'm at. Yeah, I've already bought 2 bags. I've eaten 1.
Okay. Well, last year was our first Halloween in the house and we got very excited. I put a unicorn outfit on Reagan and I sat on the porch and we had a huge bowl of candy and people were walking by and I'm waiting because I don't want to attack anybody. So finally a woman walks by with her little small child and I'm like, hey, and the lady says no and keeps walking. And I'm thinking, why, right? Why? I gave 1 piece of candy away the whole time. Later in the night, 2 drunk guys walked by, stumbled onto the porch, grabbed a bunch, and then ran away. That was our big thrill. Come to find out, the neighborhood that I live in, they don't believe in Halloween. It's considered an evil thing.
In this town,
so they don't do Halloween. But I like to dress up, and now I have nowhere to go this year. So I'm going to dress up anyway. I don't know what I'm going to do. Eat my own candy. Call people.
Why aren't you down here?
Because there's a pandemic.
Usually we have a great time.
I know. We dress up very meticulously, and I have to fight Tom all the way, and he always turns out excellent.
Big Bird
and the Scarecrow.
Scarecrow.
Maybe if we do this in the future, Patrick can join us. If we give him a whole month or 2 to prepare, we can give him some charts and diagrams on costumes, and we can make sure that he feels very comfortable.
All right.
So join us because we do group things and it's super fun. But I am still going to dress up whether we're having Halloween or not. And I would say for you guys, if you do want to date, it might be an adorable thing if you put a little costume on and post that picture. I think the ladies would like it.
Huh.
Thank you. Do you want to do one of your topics? Running out of time. We got 10 minutes left.
Shut up. Not.
What?
All right. I want to talk about social media stuff.
And I got the game I want to play with Pat.
Oh, shit. Let's play the game. Let's do that.
All right. The game is called Trump or Biden. Okay. You got to.
Political, right? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
What was he saying?
Who would I date? Trump or Biden?
No. Identify this as a supporter. Is this a Trump supporter or a Biden supporter, right?
Okay.
Let you cut in front in traffic.
Lets you?
Oh, lets you cut in front of traffic. It's a Biden.
Biden.
I see where this is going.
Biden.
Yells, fuck you out of the window.
Trump.
Biden.
Okay.
What? Biden's not going to do that.
A supporter. You've seen these left wingers.
Oh, don't you?
Oh, they're very territorial.
Pulls your car out of a ditch with a winch.
Trump.
Wait, are you authentically playing? Or are you just trying to be a devil's advocate?
He's going to have a winch. There's no Biden guy who has a winch.
Are you saying that people that are considered liberal don't know how to take care of their cars?
They wouldn't have a winch. They're going to have some e-car.
You son of a bitch. You're purposely, I'm not
Melinda,
getting.
what's your answer, please?
Biden.
Wrong, it's Trump.
Based on what, motherfucker? What are you basing it on?
Wears a gun to vote.
This is made up. I quit.
She's triggered.
You're making stuff up. Is there a?
Please answer the question.
What is your question? Brings a gun to vote?
Wears a gun to vote.
Wears a gun to vote?
That's a Trump.
I'm going to say the Republicans. Trump.
Wears a red mask to vote.
Like mask like this or mask like this?
Like mask.
Like a face mask.
Yeah.
Oh, those fucking liberals, the people that actually believe in the virus. Patrick, what do you have to?
It's red though.
Because they're the Trumpsters are anti-mask, so.
Wears a red mask to vote.
But it's red.
Red doesn't always mean Republican.
Your answers, please.
I answered you.
Who?
That's an interesting one.
Patrick, who'd you say?
Yeah, I'll go with Biden on that also.
You said you both are right because they wear it not to get shot.
Because what?
They wear it not to get shot.
Not to get shot.
Has a lot of cats.
What?
He's making stuff up. Just go with him. He's delirious. He's just making all of this up. What about cats?
Has a lot of cats.
Biden.
Yeah, I mean, pets are repelled by Trump. He's not going to have any pets.
Pitbull owner.
Again, animals are afraid of that man, so I'm going to say Biden.
That's a Biden supporter. Owns a pitbull.
You know, pit bulls aren't all bad, and we can do a whole show about them.
Believes in chemtrails.
That's a Trumpster.
Believes in aliens.
That's a Trumpster also.
Wrong.
Really? No, I don't think they, or do they? They believe in the Space Force. I don't think they believe in aliens.
Well, the whole conspiracy thing, that kind of goes far right.
They believe in the pedophilia conspiracy and in the
Believes in aliens. Please answer my question, not yours.
Really. Why are you bringing kids into this?
We got 6 minutes to go.
And also, like, what conspiracies do Biden supporters believe in? Besides I got this down, aliens.
that Trump is a
Okay, all right.
Boy, this is really off the rails, Tom.
revelation.
And the answer is Biden, because the Biden supporters believe in Star Trek, and
That's
of course you believe in aliens. Whew. All right, we're done with that game. That was fun.
That was so fun. That was so fun. Let's tell a bunch of political jokes now.
Let's check your blood pressure. Thing blows off your arm.
Melinda's upset.
All right, Melinda, please, let's do one of your topics. We got 5 minutes to go.
Yes, talk about social media stalking. So it's the joke that no one really acknowledges in real life is that, have you ever looked back over your ex on social media to see kind of where they're at and, to maybe feel better about yourself or whatever? Have you ever? And I will admit, last week,
Like Tom Brady in Boston. Go ahead.
I have a lot of downtime, and I'm probably participating in activities I wouldn't normally because I have a lot of downtime. And so I started thinking, I wonder what that so-and-so's up to. So I went under a different account because
No way.
I blocked this person and I looked them up, and can I tell you, it was really gratifying because this was someone I was very, very in love. What?
He was in a ditch.
No. I don't wish bad on anybody, even the people that have harmed me. I think that's wrong. I want everybody to be their best possible selves. Honestly, I do. But it actually was comforting because this person broke my heart so hard. And it was hard for me, even a year after the breakup, to even see pictures of this person. Is
this the bacon guy?
I'm not going to tell you who it is. I mean, I'll tell you after we hang up. I'm not going to tell the world who this person is. But I will admit to stalking this person, and here's what I got out of it from someone who I don't normally go back and stalk because I don't believe in, digging through shit. It felt really good to look at this person and go, you know what? I'm not in love with this person anymore.
There we go.
I'm okay seeing these pictures, and my heart didn't hurt.
Nice.
And while I wish him well to like the most mediocre degree, I mean, I wouldn't be thrilled if he won the lottery, but it was good to actually look at these pictures and go, wow, I never thought I'd get over this person, and I actually am fine. So
That's
what
a
about
great message?
Yeah, have you guys ever done something like that where you kind of look back?
It is so easy, especially with the internet, to peek in on your exes.
Yeah.
And it's no good can come of it.
Why? Why do you say that?
Well, at least not for a few years, that's for sure.
Yeah, plus it's like everyone posts the best version of themselves. So you may think, oh my God, they're doing so good without me. That might not even, there's no truth there.
Yeah, well, and that's a good point, Patrick, because just like with celebrities,
Patrick.
If there's a big celebrity breakup and you see one of the celebrities going out a lot with another person, that really actually means that they're hurt, and that is their way of trying to behave like they're not, right? If you're healing, you don't do that. You don't go out with someone immediately. You pretend like you are. And I think on social media, depending on if you can get into their accounts or not, it's interesting to kind of see how they're showing the world who they are, right? Like, oh, I'm so happy. Everything's so great. Everything's so perfect.
I'm on a private island.
Right.
Well,
and yes.
Well, I like that the person no longer has ownership in your head. That's
Yes.
that's the
Yes.
best part.
It really is. It felt so good. And I'm glad I did. I was a little nervous to look, to be honest with you, because I thought, what are you doing to yourself? And I'm like, you got a lot of downtime, girl. You can do it. So I dove right in. And I'm glad that I did. I don't normally do that. I don't normally try to hurt myself like that. But as a woman, we always convince ourselves you guys are rechecking our stuff. So is that not the case? You guys don't normally?
I can't say I never have, but I don't on a regular basis. That's for sure.
Patrick, you?
My exes don't have much of a social media presence. I
Any-
checked. I've done a cursory look, see what's
There you
what's
go.
going on.
Cursory look, a cursory look. That's all we want. We want a cursory look. We want
You get the cursory look.
we want to feel like you still think about us, or that you miss us, or that, I mean, that's just an ego thing. We want to
course.
believe that. I want to believe every person I've been with, I was the love of their life, and they're very, very sorry.
Yeah, that's healthy.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It's honest.
Absolutely. All right, we're down to 1 minute to go.
Oh my gosh, the time went so fast.
Let's go so fast. Patrick, we thank you for joining us today on Unpacking Some Shit. You came in, you weren't required to do anything but bring anything but your brain.
That was perfect. Really, not intimidating at all.
Mission
And
accomplished.
your clean, shiny arms.
Let's have a look at those again as we're saying goodbye.
You want to look at that?
Wow.
Yeah.
He's
Show,
like a
show
genie.
everybody what you
Put on
did.
your sunglasses because they.
Even during a pandemic, this man is grooming, and I have to say, congratulations, sir. I'm very proud of you.
Well, it won't last long.
Melinda, enjoy your. Are you gonna pass out candy or just gonna dress up and sit in the house?
Oh, I'm gonna dress up and take pictures. I'll probably stand on the porch and scare some of my neighbors, even though they don't believe in Halloween. But I have to dress up, so it's happening.
We'll have fun.
Halloween, we should say goodbye.
We're back on Monday. Have a great weekend, and thanks for unpacking some shit. My name's Tom Wise.
I'm Melinda McKinsey.
I'm Patrick Wise.
You've made the right choice, and that's another one in the can. There you go. Thanks, everybody. Oh, fuck.